proud members of the Fan First Sports Network.
He's gonna go! It's time, people, feel it!
Big Red Junkies.
Day by day! He gets better and better! If we die, we die!
Man, put a child in that. Put him in the aisle.
Bring that trophy back to Lincoln!
Welcome into a bonus episode of the Big Red Junkies. I am BJ. This is Jed. This is Matt. And we are here to tell you why Iowa football sucks balls.
Fuck Iowa.
It's Iowa football. End of conversation. Next show. Jesus Christ.
You can tell Jed's excited for this one.
It's just Iowa. Like,
Oh, man. There's just been a lot of weird, little, like, odd trash talk going on in the offseason so far between Iowa fans and Nebraska fans on the Twitter and
they
on
want football to come back.
And I get that. I just don't, like, there's just this air of pretentiousness that Iowa fans have developed that I just wanted to, like, give a quick reminder of just how shitty your whole history of your entire program is.
just go to their trophy room.
I don't think they've built one of those yet.
I mean, cool. You know what you have to show for it? The Heroes Trophy. Good job.
Nice.
You kick Nebraska's ass almost every year when Nebraska's suffering through their worst stretch in their history of their program. Way to stand on that pedestal, buddy.
Super sweet. Super sweet.
Jesus Christ.
You know, we're in the age of AI. Where I'm learning how to use some AI tools now. The AI age.
Nope, that didn't work. Never mind.
AI age.
We'll cut that out.
No, I won't. We'll leave it.
I'm sorry, because I just said what I just said. For me, it's a lot like the reason why I hate Creighton basketball, and it's because of their fans. They sit there and they pump their chest out when they beat the shit out of Nebraska basketball. And it's like, cool, you beat Nebraska basketball, one of the worst programs in the history of basketball. Cool. One of the only power schools, I think now the only power school that has not won an NCAA tournament game. Cool. You guys at Creighton think that you're some powerhouse basketball program. You shouldn't be puffing your chest out that you beat Nebraska basketball. So when you sit there and, oh, cool, yay. Well, that's what Iowa does when they're beating Nebraska football during the worst stretch of Nebraska football ever. Cool. You beat us all the time. Great job. What do you have to show for it? A big giant thumb up your ass because you're celebrating something stupid like a Heroes Trophy. Good job. Who the fuck cares? You're still just fucking Iowa. I said this in a text like to you guys yesterday. Back in the day when Big 8 and all that stuff, everybody tried to drum up this hate for Iowa State, Kansas State, Missouri, hell, even Colorado, and that actually stuck. But
that's because their fans are assholes.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I never.
I think that's why this is sticking with me, at least for Iowa.
But I never
because
hated.
their fans are starting to become
I never
assholes.
hated Kansas. I never hated Kansas State. I never hated
I've
Missouri.
never once hated Kansas.
I never hated Iowa State because it's who they like. Who are they? They're nobodies. Who cares?
Can I be real about something though?
Nebraska fans are making Iowa a thing.
I agree.
You don't have to make Iowa a thing.
Do you know the other reason why Iowa's a bit of a thing?
Because they're next door.
Because they've been beating us.
Well, yeah, but
And it really is rubbing us the wrong way.
But Iowa was a thing even before they started beating us when we entered the conference.
I get it.
Because we've hated Iowa before we even got into the Big Ten.
Because it smells like shit.
There's a reason why I have always said, fuck Michigan. And the one team that I hate more than anybody else is Michigan. It's because as much as I hate Michigan, they actually have a standard. They actually win things. Now, granted, it takes them 55 years between titles, and even then they have to cheat to win a title, but still, they at least actually win things. They have things to show for their wins. They have a major rival that they actually beat the shit out of for the last 4 years or whatever it's been. Like they have
6.
No, it's only been like 4 years.
Okay.
But they have things to show for their wins.
Yeah.
Iowa's got just their pud in their hand. Like they got nothing. Cool. You beat up on a bunch of bad teams. Great job.
You're just killing.
I need to look up the definition of pud.
I don't know if I want that on my laptop.
I don't either.
It's their dick in their hands.
Oh, okay. That's a new one.
I know that it sounds like I actually care about Iowa because I'm ranting like this, but I couldn't give a flying fuck about Iowa.
I think you're more worked up about the fact that we're having a conversation.
Yeah,
He's annoyed that I even brought this up.
I just don't care about Iowa because they're nobodies.
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens in a year or 2 or 3 years from now when Nebraska's gone on and won the last 2 or 3 in the series, and Nebraska's coming back to real relevance and doing things, on a national stage, and see what happens when Kirk Ferentz inevitably hangs it up this year or next year or the year after, whenever it is. God damn, that pud is still hanging around with me here.
You put Iowa's pud in your mouth?
No. It's still in their hand, as Jed pointed out. I had to laugh because, like I said, we're in the era of AI, and I looked it up and I asked Gemini. I was like, can you tell me about any success that Iowa football has had in their history?
And it said, nope.
It says Iowa claims 5 national championships. Iowa claims 5 national championships.
Of course they do. And that one in 1956 or whatever that year was, they didn't win it. It was LSU, so fuck off.
It was like 21, 22, 56, 58, and 60.
Yeah, the one in 56. No, LSU won that national title. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, I think it's funny that it lists it like that, and then they've got 13 conference championships. Two more recent than Nebraska, I will say that, even though they were co-championships in the Big Ten.
Cool.
Which means they didn't play for a championship.
How the fuck do you have that?
They didn't have a conference title game.
Yikes.
Yeah, so they were regular season champs. Congrats. Outside of that, I then went over to Nebraska, or I went started a new page, and I asked it about Nebraska, and the Nebraska football program has a rich history of success, and goes on to talk about 5 national championships, and then seven national championships that Nebraska doesn't claim, but were given to them by someone way back when Iowa was claiming championships. But then talking about 46 conference championships. They've won 2 more recently than we have. 99 was the last time we won a conference championship. We have not won anything in the Big Ten. We have nothing in the last 25 years to be proud of when it comes to Nebraska football, especially since we entered the Big Ten. I'm calling it right now, calling my shot. Nebraska beats Iowa on Black Friday at 11 a.m., as we just found out it's going to happen this week.
I'm sure you all saw that coming on this episode.
Calling it right now, and I'm calling that Iowa has won their last game against the Cornhuskers for at least the next 3 or 4 years.
Cool. I think we need to just take a step back and make one thing clear. Pud does not mean penis.
Well, that's the phrase. It's the phrase.
Just when you're in Iowa, it means penis.
I shouldn't have looked it up, but now that I have, we got to correct it. And this is going to take a weird turn, but it means to have a child's hand in your hand.
Oh, no.
Again, that's not what the phrase means.
You fucking Iowa fucks.
Oh, no. Yeah,
That's all
this
I
did
got.
take a weird turn. That's all I got.
No, but honestly, it'd be like Nebraska celebrating the fact that we beat Northwestern, like on a consistent basis. Now, granted, again, to be fair, I know we don't beat Northwestern on a consistent basis, but again, Nebraska hasn't been good for a long time. So we're not celebrating. I mean, we celebrate any win we can get right now, but like,
a win over a Boston College team that was depleted.
But that's the equivalent of Iowa celebrating beating us. It'd be like us celebrating beating Northwestern or beating Purdue on a consistent basis. Like, who cares? That doesn't mean anything.
Or beating Iowa, for that fact.
Yeah. I don't even give a fuck. I mean, I care that we beat Iowa, but I'm not going to celebrate beating Iowa. It's just another win.
I care equally that we beat whoever we play on that Friday after Thanksgiving.
I would celebrate a win over Iowa the same I celebrate a win over Purdue. That's what Iowa means to me.
I'm with you there. And I'll say it right now. Iowa's got 6 losses on their schedule next year. No doubt. You'd be lucky if you get to a bowl game. Go fuck yourselves.
They might actually have a quarterback that can throw the ball this year, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And this may be the most unbelievable night in Cornhusker football history.